What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Game Podcast. I am Matt Primo, joined by my brother from another mother, Christian Valencia.
Hey, everybody.
This is episode number 130. And this week, we've been gone for a few weeks, so we have lots and lots to talk about. But the main thing that we're going to be discussing this week, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 just released a few days ago. I've played a couple hours of it. Christian's beaten it, among other things, and we are ready to discuss this highly anticipated follow up to the amazing, no pun intended, a Spider-Man game that came out a few years ago. But on this episode, we're going to be talking about our playlist over the last few weeks since we haven't really been here, what we've been watching, listening, playing, and then I played Shadow Samurai Revenge. So I'm going to be talking about that for just a couple of seconds. It's not an in-depth game, so we're not going to be spending a ton of time on it, okay? And then we're going to be jumping into some entertainment news over the past, month or so. Microsoft, Bethesda, Dragonball, Daima, Gargoyles live action series announced. So lots of things to be discussed on this particular episode, and we're just going to jump right into it. But before we do that, I have to show something before, because I'm anxious about it. Okay, I'm anxious about it. I don't know if everybody can see it, but it's
I see it.
If you're on the old YouTube or watching this on Spotify, I'm pointing to it right now.
It's fantastic.
Of course they would come apart. So I got the Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition, which came with 12 inches of Venom.
Well, it did. It did.
Yeah. Dude, it's fucking hot.
That is sexy as shit.
It's hot.
I'm glad they went with what they did. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just glad they went with what suits they went with.
With this one?
Both.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the two Spider-Men that are on here.
Yes. I'm just glad they went with those suits.
Oh, dude, it's fucking hot. Highly recommend if you have not gotten the game. I don't know if this is still for sale or not, but I would recommend it. This is probably my favorite statue. Probably my favorite statue that I have right now. And that's over the big fucking behemoth back there.
The thing is nasty.
So, now that we got that out of the way, and now that I'm down, boy, down.
Down, bad.
Psst, psst. Let's go ahead and jump into episode 130. We're going to start off with our playlist, what we have been watching over the past few weeks. And I will let you go first, sir.
Oh, sir, I've actually watched a number of amazing animes that I've talked to you about previously. Just definitely is one of those. So they have Shangri-La Frontier. Basically, that one is it. You know, an anime is good when you first start off by kicking, like almost scissor kicking, the main protagonist in the face, or alleged main protagonist in the face. Like, I was like, this just fucking happened. So basically, in a nutshell, it's around it's VR. It's kind of like, SAO, but this dude plays shit games professionally. Just shit games. Shit VR games. So he finds this one game that's like fucking amazing. And he's like, no, it's fine. And it's supposed to be like, remember, he plays shit games. So this game is like a fucking Rolls Royce of games compared to like everything works the way he wants it. And it's just amazing. Like, it's like what I expected a VR game to be. But That ain't happening anytime soon. So then my other one I was talking to Matt about, it's called Berserk of Gluttony. Yes, sir. That is fantastic. Basically, that dude has a skill that's crap. And he does not activate it until he kills somebody, and then he acquires all their stats. But there's a little loophole to that, and if you watch it, you can find out that loophole. But
loopholes.
The coup de grace that I've told Matt about is the Kingdoms of Ruin. That one, the first episode will sell you. Just sell you.
You totally forgot to mention Berserker of Gluttony. Was kind of like SAO.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. Like the other one's more SAO than like the Shangri-La Frontier is more SAO. Because it's not. It's a lot more gory in the Gluttony one. Like there are people things get cut off, shot in the face. You know, it reminds me of
I like things getting shot in the face.
Whatchamacallit? The hell is that? Goblin Slayer. That kind of gory. Not the same theme-ish, but there are goblins in it. If that makes any sense.
Season 2 is supposed to be coming out soon, right?
It is.
Beginning of the year?
Indeed. I can't wait. But yeah, Kingdoms of Ruin. Oh, so good. I showed Matt just like a little clip of the beginning of it, and it had him sold. Literally, this lady got fucking slaughtered in front of a crowd, stripped naked, slaughtered in front of this dude, and this dude goes berserk. The last two episodes are fucking gruesome.
It was pretty fucking fantastic. I have to admit.
It's nice. I mean, there's no you don't get to see anything, but you know, they're there. It's not dirty.
I wish there were two of me. One, right? Hold on. I just had a weird thought come across my mind.
You can't marry yourself.
Is it weird? Like, if you did yourself? If you had two of you,
I think it's like masturbating.
Now, this kind of goes along with the pre-show segment that we were talking about before, which you can get access to by going to patreon.com/2game or clicking one of the links below that'll send you there. And then you get access to that pre-show segment where we talk about that in depth. Yeah, not what I was going to say. And I don't even know where I was going to go with that now, but I wish I had two people with me because I could just watch so much more, so much more, as I say. I definitely need two of me.
I need two of you as well.
Although I don't think the world can handle two of me, especially my wife.
I can handle two of you.
Bet. Bet. We're gonna put that to the test.
Oh no. I dropped something. Yeah, that's all I've been watching here lately. Oh god.
I've been watching horror movies, so I have a long list. We're just gonna run through them, okay? Jennifer's Body, which I have never seen before. So this is the first time that one has Megan Fox in it. And let me tell you, sir, there's a scene in that.
The water scene, indeed.
Was there water involved? I don't think there was water involved. Was there?
Oh, she came out the water, yeah.
No. Different scene.
Oh, the other scene, the bedroom scene. Yeah, I got you.
Yes, that one.
Yeah,
I was like, huh, this will only take a second.
And done.
Rewatch The Exorcist, did that review with Autumn Shawworth. You can actually, by the time you're listening to this, you can find that on our YouTube or go to your favorite podcast listening app and listen to our review of The Exorcist. Rewatched The Poltergeist for like the first time in fucking 15, 20 years, some shit like that. Yeah. No, I'm good. Good on never watching that again. Delivers from Evil, always a good fucking watch. The Ring, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Doo-Doo, The Covenant with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. We also did the review on that. Hereditary, also did a review on that, so go check both of those out. The Nun, Evil Dead Remake, really fucking good. Also did a review on that, plus Evil Dead Rise. And there's an Alien, what's the word I'm looking for? Where someone breaks into your house, not burglary,
B&E?
An Alien B&E type of movie,
There it
and
is.
it was fucking pretty good. No One Will Save You. That's on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive. Y'all go check that one out. That is a pretty good movie. And I think that is honestly it. I watched Insidious yesterday. I watched The Conjuring. I remember I did that because we were planning on doing the top 10 episode for the horror in review episode for yesterday. So I had watched like Insidious, The Conjuring. What was the other fucking movie that I watched? I can't. Oh, Sinister. Watch that one. Still a fucking good movie. It's still pretty scary, I will say. But yeah, we're getting to the end of October, so my horror movies are about to dwindle on down, and maybe I can devote some time to other things in my life, aka anime, beating off, and other video games.
Well,
what have you been listening to, sir?
Some Sleep Theory. Been enjoying them quite a bit. Other than that, I haven't really. My Sirius XM radio fucking crapped out on me, so I have to wait for that. But other than that, I haven't really been watching anything because, yeah, I've been watching a lot of anime. Well, specifically those three, and yeah, that's I'm just a great thing here with music, unlike you.
My turn. Been listening to a shit ton of Chevelle. We're actually doing a Chevelle song draft. Me, Tyler, and Chris episode. It's going to be a Patreon exclusive episode. So if you want to see us fighting over what songs we would draft to make the best Chevelle album possible, patreon.com/2game. Hopefully we're going to do that in the next few weeks, hopefully. So I've been going through all their albums, trying to make sure I get like down like a little draft board and whatnot. It's going to be awesome. I know Chris is going to fuck my shit up because he likes to steal a lot of my shit. I'm not referencing any particular draft that we've ever had, waifu draft, but it is what it is. But Tyler's probably the bigger Chevelle fan out of the three of us, so I feel like he's going to steal some good songs. It's going to be a good episode. Been listening to Mood Ring, which is kind of like imagine like a Deftones meets Smile Empty Soul, like early 2000s rock. That's what this band is. And they're so fucking good. They're very, no pun intended, they're very like moody and atmospheric with their songs, and really good band. Beartooth just came out with their brand new album. Been listening to that. There's a country song on it. That song can go fuck itself. It is one of the worst songs I've ever fucking listened to, and I will die on that fucking hill. It's called the it doesn't even fucking matter what it's called. It's fucking terrible. Okay, when you start hearing country shit, that's when you know it's the bad song. Okay, just fucking skip it. Skip the fuck out of it. Sleep Token, Veil of Maya, Orbit Culture, Movements, really good album. Been listening to shit. I cannot think of. My memory is just fucking terrible today. Currents, been listening to them, and then Holding Absence, which is just, that album's just beautiful, man. Just beautiful album. Hits you right in the feels. Sad boy tunes for the fucking win. On top of that, been listening to a couple different podcasts. But that's really been it. I've been just cycling through most of those bands over the last few weeks.
I like that.
All right, talking about our playlist. I want to talk about Shadow Samurai Revenge real quick. This game came out July 20th of this year. We talked about it, Chris and I, several episodes ago. I want to say it was in the beginning of August, maybe. We had done an episode based off like the 20 best indie games on the Switch, and this one came up. I hadn't played it yet. It was just I had found it and was interested in it. So Shadow Samurai Revenge, it's like a 2D platformer with it's like your character's kind of like grayed out. So he lives in the who would have thought the shadow samurai. Oh no. So he's more of a shadow looking kind of figure. And I mean not the best looking 2D platform by any means. Like you don't go to it for the looks. You go there for the gameplay and you stay for a little bit and you're good, you know? I think if this game was like $2, $2 to $5, it's just something to get you by for a little bit. Basically, the main character's son was kidnapped and his wife was killed by an evil demon called Orochi. And then now you're out for revenge. I'm probably saying that right wrong. Go fuck yourself.
Orochi. It's Orochi. Oh, no.
Probably said that wrong, but I don't fucking care. But you're out for revenge and to go save your son, essentially. There's not a whole lot of depth to the gameplay that I've found so far. I think I've done like 3 or 4 levels. There are a shit ton of traps, and they're traps that you can't. You can see some of them, but some of them you just trigger and you don't even fucking see. And it's like, dude, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to dodge that if I didn't fucking know it was there? Like,
get good, kid.
Right. But basically you throw shurikens and that's how you defeat your enemies. It's just, I don't know, the combat is very lackluster in that regard. And there wasn't a ton of variety in the levels that I had played. Like I said, the 4 or 5 that I played wasn't a ton of variety with the level design. So I'm not going to sit here and say this is going to be a top 10 game for me at the end of the year. I'm not saying this is a game that you need to go out and play right now. This is a game that, like I said, if you are sitting there on a weekend night and you're thinking to yourself, hey, can I go waste $5-7 on something that I could give two shits about and play for an hour or 2 and be done with? This might be a game that you can go check out. Like I said, don't go into expecting too much. This is not a game that I would overly recommend to people. I'm not overly disappointed that I spent money on it by any means, but this will also be a game that I probably won't go back to. It's just, there's not a whole lot there to kind of grab me and keep me there for an extended period of time. So that is Shadow Samurai Revenge. What else have you been playing, sir? Other than Spider-Man. All right, guys. Christian's about to discuss what he's been playing the last few weeks. Be aware that his audio is different now than what it was. We've been having some audio issues. I don't know whether it was on his end or my end. So he's going to sound different. It sounds clear. So that is the key. Okay. And you can make out what he's saying. And he doesn't sound bad. It's just when you hear it, you're going to be like, huh? The fuck? So
it's different.
It is different. So yes, what have you been playing, sir?
So I've been playing besides Spider-Man, playing DCUO, which is DC Universe Online. It's free on pretty much every console. It's even on the Switch. They do have a paid to play $15 a month, but you can also play pretty much the whole game for free and have no problems. You just have to do a little more grinding. You have villains, you have heroes. Obviously, more heroes than villains because, who wants to be villains? You have different powers. You have between water, quantum, weapons, atomic, fire, ice, Green Lantern. Obviously, there's one. And tech. I'm sure there's missing a couple I'm missing. Sorcery. There you go, sorcery. They all have their functions: DPS, damage per second, tanks, healers, and controllers, which give everybody power and debuffs. There's disgusting amount of missions, a disgusting amount of achievements, um, different capabilities of playing. You can join guilds. Um, you can do 8-man raids, 4-man raids, 2-man duos, and solos. Like I said, there's missions upon missions to do. There's not nothing you can't do. You have daily areas you can go grind and kill shit to get more gear. Getting gear and leveling up is not hard. It's not. I started playing again after like a 3-4 year hiatus, and I'm the max cap right now is like 420, I think it is. Go figure. And one of my characters is already 380, and my other one I have two I'm working on, and he's 255. So, and I went from 180 on my other one to 255 in a day. It's not hard. It's very fun. Yeah, it's easy. They give you gear for like every boss you fight, so you get a new piece of gear, and then you get other achievements for that, like stuff to buy after each boss. So you can essentially get like 3 pieces of gear depending on the raid. Obviously they got other different things into it, like you have allies now, you have bases you can build. It's literally like a self-sufficient game. You can do pretty much anything and everything on it besides kill people, which is kind of boring, but whatever. To each is their own.
Never really had a I guess interest in playing that game. I'm not a huge free to play game kind of guy.
Well, it used not to be free. When it first came out, it was like you had to go buy the disc and the whole 9 yards when it first came out. And it just came free to play, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. It used to be you had to buy the game to go play it.
All right. The big game that we're going to talk about this week. Obviously, we still have some entertainment news that we need to discuss on the back end of this episode. Marvel Spider-Man 2, I don't have a more anticipated game than this one. I was super excited to play it. I was super busy all fucking weekend. Didn't get a chance to play it until late last night. And then I played maybe like an hour today. So 2 hours collectively, maybe 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. So very interested in talking about this episode. Obviously, we're going to probably talk about it a little bit more in depth next week or in the next several weeks as we both finish it. And by both finish it, I mean me. So let's discuss it, sir. Spider-Man 2 came out this past weekend, like I said, on the 20th. Highly anticipated follow-up to the OG game. Came out a few years ago. It has both Miles and Peter in this game. You can play as both, and it's fucking fantastic. It's fantastic. No spoilers, okay? Absolutely no fucking spoilers. One, I can't spoil much because I haven't played much, but I just want y'all to know that there will be no spoilers for this game, so you can listen to this safely, okay? I'll give you my general thoughts of it, and then we'll kind of jump into it with yours, since you have a little bit more understanding of the game and whatnot. Dick.
Hey, just because I have 22 hours and I finished it 100% doesn't mean I have everything. Okay, jeez, fuck off.
This game, more so than any other game that I'm trying to think off the top of my head, it feels 100% like two different things. One, it feels like you're fucking Spider-Man in this game. And on the flip side of it, it feels like you're in like the old cartoons to me. Like when you think about like reading comics and, oh, this dude just shows out of nowhere and it just helps you out. It happens in this game. And I don't believe that's a spoiler at all. I mean, y'all know Miles is in the game, but you're just going around the city and you're doing crimes and you're starting to fight some bad guys, and Miles shows up and helps you just on a whim. You don't call him. It's just completely random. He just shows the fuck up, and afterwards you can do like a little bro hug and it's so fucking cool to me. It's like it's almost kind of like a 10-year-old's wet dream. This game. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
You're not, but just the way that was perfectly just worded was fantastic. Just fantastic.
Like,
God damn.
this just, it feels like when you were like 10, 11 years old watching a cartoon and you could just imagine being and playing as Spider-Man. This is what that's what it feels like to me. And I've only played a couple hours and I already have that feeling. I'm going to be honest. And this is recency bias out the ass. Again, I'm only a couple hours into the game, but what I have gotten from the story in the first 2 hours of the game, dude, I don't know how we're going to decide game of the year. I really don't. It's going to be so fucking tough. Final Fantasy. I mean, I don't think Diablo really. I'm gonna play Diablo more in the next couple months after I beat Spider-Man. I'm gonna go back to Diablo and really give it a fair shake, as they say. I don't think Diablo 4 is going to be game of the year for me, but Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man, so many fucking good games have come out. And I don't know if the story continues with how it's gotten or where it's kind of what I left off with before I came into the podcast. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Really, really loving the story so far. And we'll kind of jump into the gameplay aspects of it and whatnot. That is pretty cool. But what are your overall thoughts, sir?
I love the game. I loved it. I don't like how long it was.
You want it longer?
I wanted it longer. Oh God, did I want it longer? Shout out. A lot of the things you can do and that you can unlock, you can just unlock in the main story. So it's not challenging, but it is challenging. Like I can tell you, I definitely died a lot. I definitely died a lot. And no fans or butts on that. The story was a work of art, just like the first one was. Like, I mean, they literally picked up and left off from the first one, which is fantastic. Because a lot of these new second games, you're missing like a little time frame or something. No, it's just bloop right there. Hey guys, how you doing? You know, I'm like, holy shit, I'm not missing anything. It's fantastic. Definitely hit you in the feels. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crying. You're crying. You know. It's sand. I got semen. You got sand in my eye.
It burns.
Why does it burn? But yeah, the story was good. The game mechanics. There's only one thing I would change. I think in the whole game. I think it's the healing system. I think that would be the only thing I would change in the whole game. To be honest with you, and that's and for me completing the whole thing, that is the only one problem I have with the game. That's it. Is the healing.
I don't think in the first game, I don't think you had to have a full bar in order to heal, right?
No,
you could use whatever you had saved up to heal.
Correct.
I'm going to be in agreement with you on that because I've noticed that in the first couple hours that I played, I'm trying to fucking heal. And I'm like, God damn, man. I'm trying to get away from people to fucking heal. If I go fight, I'm going to get hit again.
I can tell you bosses
AKA get good.
Yeah, right. I can tell you bosses have, if you get caught in a flurry of attacks, you're fucking dead. If you don't have any focus bar, you're fucking dead. I can tell you that honestly.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I think that was something that they didn't need to change whatsoever.
Correct. I mean, there's other ways of healing, but that's spoilers. I mean, they're not really spoilers. It's in the skill tree. You can look at all that shit. It's not really spoilers. I mean, later on when you lock it, when you shoot your webs, you heal, but it's only one. It's not like 10 health. It's 1 health per. I mean, it could save you in certain things, but it's
Wow. Okay.
It's like pissing in the wind. Oh, I'm about to die. 1, 2, 3. But then you have only so many webs you can shoot. You can't constantly shoot webs, so you're fucked.
Touche.
I got 10 health. Oh, I died.
Why'd you make this motion?
I mean, what? It's habit, sir. It's just habit.
So yeah, let's dive into the actual gameplay. But before we do that, I want to touch something on the story that I've just noticed in the first couple hours. Again, no spoilers. Huge action set pieces. Huge action set. I've gotten to the second big one, if you know what I'm referring to. But in between that is some quieter moments with like MJ and some other characters I'm not going to mention. And usually, I want to say in like the first game, when we did stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I like this kind of stuff and I enjoy it, but it's not something like, give me back to the action, let me get to the next action set piece.
Right.
We had this little quieter moment early on, and at first I'm like, wow, this is like, I don't know if I like the pacing of this already. But as you kind of go through that little quieter moment portion, that chapter, I guess you want to call it, I actually really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed kind of slowing things down. You end up doing some different things in terms of gameplay mechanics. And I really did enjoy it. And I kind of hope they continue that. I don't know for a fact. I'm assuming there's an MJ mission at some point in this game, and I'm not looking forward to it. But if they improved on that that would be I guess what I'm most interested in. But that was definitely one of the weaker aspects of the first game, was jumping to MJ. Like bro, I didn't want to be MJ. I want to be Spider-Man. This isn't fucking Mary Jane Watson, Marvel's Mary Jane Watson game. This is Marvel Spider-Man. I don't want to play as Mary Jane. But hopefully they correct that for this game. No spoilers. I'm assuming from your look on that face, I'm going to be disappointed. But anyways.
I can tell you this. They improved it.
Did they? Okay. All right.
They did improve it. I was mad at first. After, so a little bit of it, I was like, oh, I'm okay with this. I'm all right. Okay. I mean, I still hate it, but it's not bad.
But yeah, the quieter moments, really, really great, I think. So far, again, I've only had that one little chapter, and it was pretty damn good, I will say. And it starts getting you attached to certain characters that I think is really going to pay dividends in the long run. But gameplay wise, and what I really want to talk about are two things. One, the flipping of the two characters between Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and the two different Spider-Men. And then on the flip side of that, the tutorial, the air quotes tutorial. Now, obviously, I've been playing the first game the last several weeks, so not a huge, I guess,
learning curve
to get back into the game. I mean, it's basically the same controls as the first game. The swinging feels really fucking good. It's super quick. When's the last time, right? How long has it been since you played the first game?
Since it came out.
So, like I said, I've been playing the first game a little bit, trying to get that 100% platinum trophy and whatnot. This game, it feels like you are zinging through the goddamn city.
Yeah.
It feels like 1 second you're here, and then you're across the map the very next second. And correct. I like that. I like that it's super quick. It doesn't take me long to get to different places. With that being said, I haven't unlocked the fast travel system, but did we talk about that? No, we haven't been on the podcast in the last couple of weeks.
No, we haven't talked about the podcast, but we talked about in person.
So yeah, we talked about it in person. So once you unlock so much of a portion of the map, you can just click on any spot in the map and go straight there, and it's almost instantaneous. And I haven't unlocked that yet. I haven't experienced it, but I've heard about it, and that sounds absolutely fantastic.
So to unlock your fast travel, you only unlock fast travel in certain areas. as long as you meet certain criteria. So like not the sorry though, not the crimes. So like the side missions. So like doing we're just gonna leave side missions because I'm not gonna say what. Just side missions. If you do so many, you unlock fast travel to that area. Not to the whole map, just to that area. And so if you want to pinpoint it, it will drag your cursor just ever so slightly down because when you come in, you fly in. So it's kind of adjusting, preparing for you to go to where you put. It just kind of backs you off because you're going to come in. So it's not bad. It's actually really nice once you unlock it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the web wings?
I love them.
I love the web.
If you know how to use them,
it's going to take some getting used to, because like I said, the web swinging is super quick in this game in comparison to the first game. The web wings are fucking fast. Like
especially if you come out of a dive swing and hit them. Oh, dude, you're fucking flying.
You hit that wind tunnel, dude. You were just coasting through the city.
Right.
But like I said, it's going to take some getting used to. It almost had can you change the controls on that to
yes.
where it's not inverse?
Yes.
For the web swinging,
you have to go to none because it's either picks Y axis or X axis. You have to go to none and fix it. I had to fix it.
Yeah. That threw me off. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Right.
What do I do with my hands?
Well, wait till later whenever you really use your wings. That's when I finally adjusted it because I didn't really use my wings because I was swinging around a lot. Yeah, I changed my settings really quickly on certain side missions. I was like, and done.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of the first things I do when I get back in there. I had unlocked them like late last night, and I didn't really use them until I don't know, like I said, right before the podcast. Right now, and I was coasting through the city using them, and I was like, wow, this could be really cool if I could fucking fix this. And I didn't have a chance to go in there and look at it.
Yeah,
but
it's under control.
So the tutorial system again. I've been playing the first game for a while, so not a huge learning curve there. But I do kind of like the tutorial system here and how they kind of incorporated that into the game. Obviously you start off with web swinging, and then they do the fighting and stuff like that, and they don't dump a whole lot on you in one particular like portion. They kind of spread it out through this huge action set piece, which I think is really, really nice. And then when you're done with that action set piece or that huge first chapter, it's not like they just say, okay, here, go and do all these things. When you clicked on the menu, it told you how many crimes you had, landmarks and all that shit. They kind of changed that up a little bit. There's not really landmarks anymore. It's more of taking pictures for some dude for like what is it, a newspaper or some shit? Is that what it ends up being? Or his blog?
Yeah, basically. I think
so
it's more his blog because that's what the Times have now.
Yeah, so that's changed a little bit. And they don't just give you all that. I mean, if you go look on my menu right now, it has question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like you have to do a couple of different like main mission story main missions and unlock those things. Like the suits don't get unlocked like right out the gate. You have to go to this place and unlock the suits, and then that's when the suits icon opens up in your menu. So I like how it just doesn't here. I kind of like the slowness of it. It kind of helps with the pacing, in my opinion. And when the game is, I don't know, 20, 22 hours in your case, I think it kind of helps slow it down some when you have that as an option. Whereas if it was like Tears of the Kingdom and that game was 15, 20 hours, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the pacing would be a little off if they had done that. Right. So I personally like that.
I love the pacing on it. It was definitely refreshing to go from fucking high fucking stressful situation, going, "Fuck, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die." Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, we get things we can do. I can go slaughter these fucking criminals, you know. But yeah, it's I definitely enjoyed it wasn't. I mean, they fixed a lot from the first one. The slight little problems in the first one. Besides the healing, I mean, they fixed a bunch. I went from, like I said, playing the game from when it first came out to this one when it first came out. Me to the controls was almost like instantaneous, just the way they paced them out. Like I could learn. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was still trying to like, what fucking button do I push for this button?
Yeah. That was me. I think if I hadn't played the first game prior to this, I would have been doing like, what the fuck do I do with my hands? Like, this is all fucked up. So I'm glad I did that. And going back to the pacing of it, you go from high stressful moments, and then you can kind of take that breather and go handle either some side missions or go handle some crimes with you get old pal Miles and shit like that. To me, that's just a lot of fun. I can take a break from the story, or I can go straight into the story and save the crimes for later. One of the two. I can kind of pick and choose how I want to go about it. And furthermore, back to the one thing I didn't mention earlier about the this kind of feels like a 10-year-old's wet dream. Have you done some of the, like, I don't know, just the ridiculous things like diving off a building and Spider-Man's doing a Rubik's Cube? That to me is fucking cool. The tricks on the swinging and whatnot, which I think I just unlocked that, or it just told me how to do it, and I fucking failed, and you get a trophy for that.
Yeah, you do.
I thought that was funny. Like, I tried the trick and I completely whiffed on it and hit the ground, and a trophy popped up. I was like, that's fucking funny.
Right. The timing on that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I love that you can just interact with the people in New York and the different areas, and you can give them hugs and shit like that. And just the relationship between Peter and Miles is something that I'm really looking forward to in this game. And I don't know, man. It's one of the reasons why I just fucking love Spider-Man. I really do. It's just the personality between Peter and actually being Spider-Man himself. I like that dichotomy between the two characters. Peter's just a really nice guy and whatnot. And then you got Spider-Man, who's fucking always talking shit to everybody and making quips and whatnot. And then you got Miles Morales on the other side of that doing the same thing. It's fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I hope the game continues with how it is up to this point. I don't think it won't be bad at any point, but if it continues, I can definitely see this being a game of the year contender for me.
Yeah, I can only tell you that it gets better. The quips are fucking just fantastic. Oh, there's a certain one I can't wait for you to get to. And like I tell you, it's all over TikTok and all that because I see it all the time. It's almost on par with the fucking the hell is it the garage scene with
Last of Us.
Last of Us. It's almost as funny as that because it was just how he showed up and how the enemy showed up. That was just fantastic. Just fucking fantastic.
Oh, now you done hyped this shit up.
Oh, dude, when he said, I was like, I can say that.
I think that is
like he stopped the whole fight. He was like, hold on, I gotta say something. And I'm like, you, sir, perfect.
Perfect.
Just kidding. Thank you for that. I didn't know I needed it.
Now, one thing I had heard from a different podcast, and it wasn't spoilers, and this isn't spoilers by any means, but they were saying that they were more invested in like Miles' story in this game rather than Peter's. And I think early on, I think they do a better job of getting you attached to not necessarily Peter, you get more attached to to the characters around him in order to further develop him and develop those relationships. So I think they kind of just, to me, they just do it a little bit differently for the characters. But what they have done with Miles through the first 3 big chapters, okay, the first big, the 2 action set pieces and that one little small section in between them. I am super interested to see where they go with Miles' story in this game because, again, no spoilers, but they're just doing
it's immaculate.
They're just doing some shit that I'm like, oh, bruh, this could be fucking good.
I can tell you I played Miles more. I can tell you I played Miles more. I did.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't want to. It was just like his story was awesome. It was just awesome. I mean, Peter's story was perfect too, but I just found myself more. I mean, I don't know if it's with suits and stuff, but there's that. You saw one of my first suits. It's fantastic.
It is fucking fantastic.
It's fantastic. Oh, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, suit forever. No more suit.
I'm not anything. Yeah, there's so many fucking suits, and with the collector's edition, you get like I think it's like 10 suits automatically with it, and that's one of the best things about Spider-Man in general is just the disgusting amount of suits.
Yep.
And the cool thing about this particular game is there are variants of those suits. You can change the colors and whatnot, and I really fucking dig that because there's one. And it's a variant of the advanced suit that you get, the Peter Parker one up there, the Marvel's Insomniac Spider-Man suit. And it's like blue. It's like mostly blue up here with red kind of down there. And I was like, bro, it's kind of fucking sexy. So I'm really looking forward to kind of collecting the suits because I really fucking dig that shit to me.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
And trying to find the one that you had because that was sexy.
Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, you'll get it eventually when you 100% it, but yeah, because I know you will.
I will. Well, the cool thing is they don't have a new game plus right now. They said they're trying to get it by the end of the year. So if I can 100% the game, get that suit, and then I don't know, sometime next year when we don't have a shit ton of games, which we probably will. I can go back and do a new game plus and play with that suit the whole game.
Indeed.
That'd be sexy.
Sir, I tell you, my cutscenes were fantastic.
Yeah. All right. But you have anything else you want to say about Spider-Man 2 before we jump on, sir?
No, it's just a perfect game, man. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah. And don't y'all worry. We are going to continue to talk about this game for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully, it might be just me and you. I don't know. We might do a Spider-Man-centric episode where we kind of dive deeper into the game and do a more of a review style on it. Kind of like the Hogwarts Legacy episode and Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 16. But all right, guys. Jump into some entertainment news before we close out this episode. Microsoft and Bethesda have officially, or let me rephrase that. Microsoft has officially acquired Bethesda for $69 billion.
I just want a little bit of that. Just a little bit of it.
Dude, just give me like $10K, man.
Shit. Give me $500,000. Just give me $500,000 and I'd be happy. That's it.
Just give me $10K just to get some shit right now. Like, I'm not gonna be. I mean, if you, by all means, if you want to give me $500,000, by all means, I will take it.
Right, and I'll invest that shit quick.
So here are some games that Microsoft is now officially owning, and that is Call of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, Diablo, Guitar Hero, Hearthstone, Overwatch, Skylanders, Spyro, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Warcraft, and then War of Warcraft. Call of Duty, on the other hand, So this was a huge thing in the trials that they were having. Sony kind of brought it up that they were going to lose Call of Duty, which was a huge game, obviously. And they were concerned that they were going to make that an exclusive. Well, it is going to be on all consoles. It's not going to be an Xbox exclusive, but you know how like PlayStation usually gets like exclusives, like either exclusive skins or exclusive like weapons or whatever the fuck. I don't know. They have like exclusive shit that if you play on PlayStation, you get this shit. Whereas if you play on Xbox, you don't. It's going to be parity across all consoles. So no console is going to have different shit versus the other. So let me take that back. It doesn't fucking matter to me because I don't play Call of Duty, but I like that.
I think the only thing that they're gonna fix eventually, though, is the Call of Duties will be free on Game Pass. I think that's what I've heard from. It's gonna, kind of throw it under the rug, because if you wait long enough and don't buy the Call of Duty, you'll get it free. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting, and I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Honestly, I mean they do it with all their exclusives. But that kind of leads me into the next portion of this, which is Sony announces a new slim PS5 model with a removable disc drive. Now, we have talked about this on the podcast so many times over the years, and that is digital versus physical media. I'm telling you, we talk about it all the fucking time. But it seems like we are officially moving in the direction of digital only, and that kind of makes me sad, honestly. I mean, hell, the collector's edition for Spider-Man was digital. It doesn't. I mean, it comes with a steelbook, which was not my favorite steelbook, but I mean, I still jerked off to it, so I mean, it's still fucking great. But I mean, it could have been better. But it doesn't come. It doesn't come with a physical game. It comes with a digital copy, and I don't know. I'd rather just have the physical media rather than the digital. But it seems like they're kind of pushing us in that direction of having more digital content rather than physical, because Best Buy is getting rid of all their physical media beginning of 2024. You will not be able to buy DVDs, Blu-rays, steelbooks, nothing like that from Best Buy starting next year. And word on the street is Walmart is getting rid of their games, their physical games. There was another store. It seems like everything is kind of moving in the direction of digital only, and it sucks, man. Fucking sucks. And this is kind of the first domino to fall, because now you have to buy this removable disc drive to go along with it, and it's a slimmer redesign for future units. Sold. It drops the weight by 18 and 24% for depending on if you add in the disc drive and whatnot. So the PS5 digital, $50 increase. So they're increasing the price of the digital $50, $50 to $450, while the disc drive PS5 remains at $500. Now, if you buy the PS5 digital and you decide, I don't know, like a couple months down the road that you want the disc drive, the removable disc drive to come back, it costs $80 to get that disc drive. So you're looking at $530 if you end up deciding to convert back to the physical side of it. I don't know, man. I think this is a huge miss, in my opinion. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't understand that we are kind of moving towards the digital side of everything. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I would just like the opportunity to have physical media. I mean, why not just put it online in a store? Why do you have to have this shit sold in a store? I don't go to Best Buy anymore. I have to buy it online. So I don't see any reason why they can't have physical media. And if the future of the consoles is all digital, that's gonna suck. I mean, it's basically just, I don't know. It to me, it's just really cool to go to the store and open up a game. That's like, to me, that's, and then also you don't have to spend fucking 500 hours trying to download the goddamn game. It took me, It took me an hour to download Spider-Man 2. That game is fucking beefy.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I downloaded it digitally, and as soon as it downloaded, I got to play it.
Well, yeah. I'm saying it took me a little while to do it because there's something wrong with my fucking internet. I don't know why. But like Baldur's Gate 3, that game is fucking beefy now. That took me fucking forever to download that bitch. So just interesting times that we're kind of leaning towards. But y'all let me know in the comments below what you think about this whole physical / digital.
I think
war.
they need to increase the size of the memory. If you're gonna get me digital, give me more space. If you're gonna increase my price, give me more space. Give me a terabyte. Give me more than a terabyte. I don't want to go have to buy external hard drive just to fucking have more space. No.
Yeah, I think I have on my console right now. I had to delete like Elden Ring off of there. I have Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 16, and like maybe like 3 or 4 like miscellaneous smaller games. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, I should be able to fit more games on this bitch.
Correct. I was doing the same thing. I had to delete a bunch of shit just to download Spider-Man.
Next little bit of news that we have. Batman Arkham Trilogy, which we had planned on doing a deep dive series into the trilogy, delayed until December 1st. Apparently is still not ready. I'm still hesitant about this being good on the Switch. This is not going to be a day one purchase for me. Okay. I want to see what this fucking game looks like and plays like on the Switch before I fucking spend $60 on it. So yeah, if you were looking forward to that, just know you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for it. Probably the biggest news out of everything that we're talking about. Dragon Ball Daima revealed at the New York Comic Con, a little teaser trailer. It commemorates the franchise's 40th anniversary in the fall of next year. Daima can be translated to evil, so Dragon Ball Evil. And essentially, it's due to a conspiracy. Goku and his friends are turned small, and in order to fix things, they'll head off into a new world. And we also see the return of Goku's power pole as well. What do you think? Right? What do you think of Dragon Ball Daima, sir?
I get GT vibes, and GT was horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. I'm glad they went with Daima.
I will die on the hill that they had some cool forms. Dragon Super Saiyan 4, fucking dope. It also had
I agree.
Also the fusion of Super Saiyan 4, fucking dope.
Correct. But that's all they had. The story was poo. The story was poo. It was poo. It wasn't Garlic Jr. Saga poo. It was still poo.
I mean, I'd still watch it. It's still enjoyable to me, but yeah, it pales in comparison to the original series.
Sorry, they did my dude Trunks dirty. That whole thing. Yeah, that dude was just a big old. That dude was a big old. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad they went with Daima instead of Magic because that was the word on the street. It was going to be Dragon Ball Magic, not Daima. And that was like not like, you know, somebody was like, oh yeah, it's just going to be Magic. No, it was like a good source, you know, hold on, it was going to be Dragon Ball's Magic, and that sounds absolutely worse than Daima. That's just my opinion. Everybody being small, are their power levels the same? Are they still going to be Super Saiyan Blue at fucking 8 years old?
That's what it sounds like. It just sounds like they just turned small. It seems like it's just continuation of like Dragon Ball Super, except they're just smaller.
Yeah. So are the enemies going to be as strong as them? Or are they just going to be able to wipe the floor with everybody? And where all these enemies come from that, you know, are stronger? Where the fuck? There's a lot of loopholes.
Life is all about loopholes, sir, and angles.
It's all about angles.
I am not excited about this, honestly. I feel like we're just retreading the same water that we've already been in with GT. Obviously, it's going to look a lot better than GT. GT, I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is. I'm definitely on the more positive side with GT than anything. But let's be completely honest. The animation in GT looks like dog shit in comparison to Dragon Ball Z. 100%. Like, I don't think anybody can disagree with that. So the animation that we've seen in this trailer looks really, really good. Like, it looks dope. But I don't know, man. I just... Do we really have to be kids again? Like, why? Why couldn't we just continue with Dragon Ball Super? What was wrong with Dragon Ball Super? Or just continuing that storyline?
It was the Moro arc. That was supposed to be next, was the Moro arc.
Yeah, maybe not even, like, maybe Goku's not the focal point of the series anymore, and go with somebody else. I don't know. Go back and make Gohan the strongest character and focus on him like they had originally planned on years and years ago. I mean, you just had a movie, Dragon Ball Super,
right,
where you focus on Gohan. So it just, I don't know. It seems really weird that they are changing up the story now that they've kind of teased us a little bit with Gohan being super powerful. And then now they're just going a different direction. I don't like that. I feel bamboozled, among other things. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of a new direction. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It could be fucking amazing, but as of right now, my interest level is 0.
Yep, agreed.
Like, honestly, I'm not, like, unless you watch it and you tell me it's fucking amazing. It's probably, I don't know, man. I don't want to sit here and say that I would never watch a Dragon Ball series, because I mean that's what made me fall in love with anime. But yeah, I can't sit here and say definitively that I will end up watching this series.
Right. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, that's a given, unless it's just absolute dog water. Then I'm probably gonna watch a few of it, give it that 3 episode, check, and go, no.
And then the last little bit of news that we have is there's apparently from Disney Plus, they're making a Gargoyles live action reboot. It's produced by James Wan, who did The Conjuring, Insidious. He directed Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and Furious movies. I think it was 7, or 6, one of those movies. He also directed both Aquaman movies. The OG show ran from 1994 to 1997. Classic Stone by Day, Warriors by Night. What do we think, sir, about a live action Gargoyles? Do we?
I
We
can
don't
tell
need
you right now, it's just horrible.
We don't need live action every fucking thing.
No. Mm-mm.
Now, if you were to sit here and told me, hey, we're going to reboot Gargoyles and make it a new animated show, 100%, let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Right.
Day one, I'm watching that shit.
Right.
Live action?
Yeah. Oh, the rate Disney's going right now, it's either going to be really good or it's going to be really shit.
I'm leaning towards
shit.
I'm leaning towards shit. I mean, to be honest, other than Obi-Wan and maybe the first season of Loki, have they had any good? I mean, other than the Mandalorian, like the first 2 seasons,
yeah,
have they made good content? I don't think they have.
No,
I don't think they have. So what is that? That's 4 seasons of TV out of everything that they've done. I think it's doo-doo. So now they're going to try their hand at Gargoyles. They're going to fucking ruin it. They're going to fucking ruin it, and it's going to look like dog doo-doo, and I'm not a fan of it. Just give me an animated show, a reboot of it.
Or remaster it. Just remaster the classic.
Which I think you can go on there and watch it right now, I think. Can you?
You can.
Ooh.
Sir,
Ah.
you already have a lot of shit on your plate.
I do. Dad damn it. But yeah, y'all let us know in the comments below what you think about Dragon Ball Daima, what you think about the live action reboot of Gargoyles. Are you excited about these two series? Are you not? Leave us a comment below. All right. Weekly recommendation, sir. What do you recommend to the fine people out there?
I recommend Kingdom of Ruin. I talked about it earlier. That anime sold me at episode 1. The gore, the fucking build up. Not like 5 episodes in. Okay, we're here. We're done powering up. The world's about to end. No, fucking first 20 minutes. I mean, first 10 minutes. Fucking with the shit in the handbasket. Quick. Like quick. And I was here for it. And I think it's only episode 4 or 3 right now. And it's already sold me. You know, I'm going to watch this whole fucking series. I'm going to rewatch it in English.
One more time for everybody.
Kingdom of Ruin. That's the video I showed you on TikTok the other day.
All right.
It's on Crunchyroll.
And sub.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to recommend Mood Ring to everybody out there. Specifically the album Stargazer. Like I said, if you're a fan of like early 2000s rock, especially Deftones, they sound like more like Deftones than anything. Very atmospheric, very moody with the tone of their music and whatnot. Really fucking good band. Like that album is really fucking solid, I think. So I would recommend everybody go check that out. But guys, that is going to be it from us. We appreciate y'all joining us. Again, all the links to all of our shit is down below. The links to our Patreon, links to our merch. It's getting a little chilly outside. Perfect time to go buy you a hoodie with the 2Game logo on it. We would greatly appreciate that. Also helps us put back into the podcast and get better equipment. There's lots of stuff that that's on deck for me to kind of either upgrade or get, whether that's live streaming equipment, cameras, and all that, new mics. So we would greatly appreciate internet, apparently. So yeah, we'd greatly appreciate if y'all supported us at Patreon or bought some of our merch. Also, links to all of our social media accounts right down below as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all of that bullshit. Really helps us out. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's going to be it from us, guys. Sir, I appreciate you joining me.
Always. Laters.
It only took us like a fucking hour and a half to do this shit. But all right, guys, we will catch y'all next week on another episode. Laters.
Laters.